Hey guys, today I'm going to go over all of my PvP add-ons for Legion. I get a lot of questions about my UI, so this video should answer most of those. You can see all the checked add-ons are the ones that affect PvP, the rest of them are not necessary, so I'm only going to go over the ones that are checked. So first add-on on the list is Big Debuffs. This is a lot like an add-on that a lot of people use called Lose Control, but Lose Control wasn't updated past like MOP or WOD, I don't remember. Big Debuffs essentially does the same thing. It puts important CCs, spells, and immunities, and pretty much whatever you feel like on an enemy's portrait. And also, it can put your party's buffs and debuffs on your raid frames. If you like to use raid-style party frames for arenas, this is really helpful. It took me a while to find an add-on that could show me my teammates' CC that they were in. Next one is Diminishing Returns. This one is also not updated for Legion. It works pretty much completely fine, but the only thing that it doesn't do is track Demon Hunter CCs. I don't think it does. Let me just show you real quick. So basically you can choose which icon to show for which CC category, and you can choose which categories you want it to track, so you only have the ones that affect your character, so it doesn't get too cluttered. Yeah, it pretty much just tracks diminishing returns on players, and this is really important for PvP. I don't use Gladiator Losa or Gladius or anything like that, so this is pretty much in place of that. And it works outside of arenas as well. So next one on the list, we have Fly Plate Buffs. This is the one that shows my dots above the enemy's nameplates. Really customizable. It shows enemy cooldowns, it shows whatever you want. You can have it on friendly nameplates, you can customize the size of each spell. By default it'll show certain spells huge, like burst cooldowns on the enemies, they'll be huge, and your own dots are going to be really small by default. Also by default the CCs on enemies are going to be huge with this add-on. I like to have it not track my own CCs simply because I like to show my own dots. I use it to keep track of my affliction dots, so if you're a different class you might want to keep the CCs on there, but I usually just use it for dots and enemy cooldowns, and I have big debuffs for the CCs. Next one we have Omnibar. This one pretty much tracks any cooldown in the game that you want. Most people just use it as an interrupt bar, so down here I track every interrupt, and I also track like one more spell for each class, like the important ones like Counter-Strike Totem, Cloak of Shadows is important to track for me, and just like pretty much one per class so it doesn't get too crowded down there, but I can still track some important spells and abilities and know exactly when the enemy has them up. Next one we have Omni CC. This pretty much just shows you your cooldown of any spell on your action bar. So you can see I have 12 seconds left on my next charge of Shadow Flame, and it shows it on the action bar itself. Recount. I know a lot of people don't use this for PvP. I wish they would, because on the scoreboard is not always accurate. With Implosion right now especially, it's really not accurate, so Recount is important to have, at least I think it is. And Recount CC is an add-on, it's an extension for Recount, they haven't updated it yet. And I wouldn't say it's important, but it's sometimes helpful to know what CCs people have been using. However, because it hasn't been updated for a while, it doesn't track certain CCs, and it's not super reliable. It doesn't track Cyclone right now because it changed to a talent, and I'm sure it doesn't track Demon Hunter CCs. So, I mean, it's kind of nice to have, but it's not super useful at the moment. They might update it, but I don't know. Safe Queue removes the leave queue button from arenas and rated battlegrounds. So pretty much you can't misclick and leave the queue and get Deserter. S Arena allows you to resize and move around your arena frames. It also shows crowd control, and it tracks the enemy's trinket, and it's really helpful, so I highly recommend getting S Arena if you're going to do any serious arenas. Successful Interrupt Announcer, it's also out of date. There are plenty of add-ons that do the same thing that are not out of date, but this one works completely 100% fine. And the reason I like it is because it's the most simple one. It just says interrupted and then the spell name, or you can have it do whatever you want, but you can get it as simple as that. And it also works with your Warlock pets, so say I kick something with Fell Hunter. Some of these add-ons don't work when you kick something with your pet, and this one does, so that's another reason I like this one a lot more than the other ones that I've found. And the last add-on I have that I want to talk about is my favorite add-on, Weakauras. Basically what I track with this is my health, my mana, I track demonic empowerment on my health bar, I track the amount of imps I have, how long till they expire, I track Dark Simulacrum, all my soul shards, grounding totem, Counter-Strike totem, and I track my dot duration. I track my artifact weapon duration when I use it. I track a lot of stuff with this. I track my offensive cooldowns, I track enemy defensive cooldowns. Basically, you can do almost anything with this add-on, so that's why I'm going to be making a separate guide for it. It's probably going to be a 15 or 20 minute guide, but I highly recommend watching that when it comes out, and I'll put the link in the description once it's out, and I'll also put a link on the screen right here. So that's it for my add-on guide. I hope you guys found an add-on that you are now going to use that you didn't use before. Again, I don't usually beg for likes, but I begged for likes on the last video and it got like 5 times as many likes as my videos normally get per view. So again guys, I'm gonna be begging you for likes here. Please like this video. I won't do anything for you if you like this video. I will literally, nothing will change whether or not you like or dislike this video, so please give it a like. It's worth it. It's really worth it. Just press that button. It's really not that hard to press. The subscribe button is a lot harder to press. I'm not asking you to press that one. I mean technically it's bigger, it's easier to press, but like obviously you probably don't want to subscribe, or you're already subscribed, and then in which case you literally can't press it unless you unsubscribe and then resubscribe. So yeah, the like button's in general a lot easier to press than the subscribe button, so I'm gonna be asking that you press the like button, or if you didn't like it, press the dislike button. And if you hated it, leave a comment. I always like to deal with the haters. It's really fun. It's really like my favorite thing to do. So remember, if you liked the video, like it. If you hated it, dislike it, and leave a comment saying why you're mad. And yeah, I'll get back to you.